Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. You are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. So, we're super excited to be here this morning. Who am I for those that are watching? I'm Jennifer Sanchez, the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development Efficacy, WISE for short. We are a community that helps women become unshakable, faith filled, and purpose driven. We put on retreats, conferences, networking events, masterminds. We have a coaching program that we're launching in a week or two that we're trying to recruit right now for. We just do all these things for women, and I'm super excited. I'm also the founder of Fat Girls Run, which is a 501c3. It's a running community for women to encourage body positivity and health and wellness. And then, of course, I am also a real estate investor and a wholesaler. So if anyone's looking to sell their home and they want cash for it, reach out to me. I will definitely go out there and let you know if we can make a deal. So that's who I am. I'm going to pass it over to my co-host this morning.
Good morning, Wise community. My name is Kimberly Montesinos. I am the owner of Crystal Clear Cleaning. We've been in business now for 20 years. I'm also a marketing rep for Melaleuca, which I love educating people, families, and individuals on how to make your environment toxic free and have those products shipped to your door. And I also obtained my certification for life coaching over the summer. I'm a mom of 2 adult children, and that's me in a nutshell.
Whoop, whoop. That's awesome, Kim. And then we will pass it on over to our guest this morning, the beautiful, classy Elizabeth.
Yay!
Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Elizabeth Banerjee. I am the CEO of Makeup Galore, and we focus on uplifting women through makeup, bringing their confidence. And it's been a journey. This is something that I do on the side. I'm a mom of 3 beautiful girls, a wife, and also a working corporate lady. So trying to balance everything out. It's definitely not easy, but it's doable, and we're here for the long run. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's also a contributing author. She's a public speaker. She's also done these other great things that I'm aware of. So
Recent walkway model, right?
runway,
Runway
walkway.
model.
Yeah, we did
Oh, yes. Yes.
yeah. Oh,
2
and then
beautiful walkway models on the
oh
show
yeah.
today.
That was so much fun. That was fun. I'd never done something like that. But Elizabeth killed it. She was so classy up there,
Oh,
especially when
that's right.
we're doing the practice. I was like, dang, she got it. She's walking like Queen Elizabeth over here. And
Yes. I
I'm
was very proud of both of you. I'm so glad you brought that show up. It was an amazing show. I wish we could have televised it only
Wasn't it
because of
great?
only because it was such a positive view of what real models look like, and beautiful women in beautiful clothes, and you all did an amazing job. I'm glad you brought that up, Jennifer. It was fun as an observer in the audience, just to see. And Jennifer's right. You had swag. You had sass.
she did. So
Both of
let
you did. Both of you did.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Kim was there spectating and
I was
supporting
spectating.
and encouraging. But let's go to the comments. I know we have Angel. She said, "Good morning, ladies." Another woman, from our community. Good morning. Super excited to have you on this morning. And for those that are watching, chime in. Don't be shy. We won't bite. I promise. Let's go into the favorite part of our show, though, why we do this and how it all started is coffee time, right? Um, so for those that are new that are watching, the reason why this happened is because I believe it was during COVID that I started this show. We're on 136 episode. Um, and the reason why was because, every time you meet an entrepreneur, what's the first thing that you say? The first thing. Oh, let's go get a cup of coffee, right? Like it's like I don't want coffee right now. It's COVID, like so. that's where this concept of the show came about, because I was like, oh, this could be a coffee chat, and we'll talk and bring amazing people on the show. So we have to talk about what we're drinking this morning. Kim, what are you drinking this morning?
I am drinking my wonderful mushroom coffee with caramel oat milk creamer. And I
Ooh,
feel good just because I have it in the cupboard.
that's good. That's good. I know she loves the mushroom coffee now.
I do.
How about you, Elizabeth?
I am drinking my cafecito with Italian creamer. I usually like a hint of cinnamon in there. So for you guys that have not tried it, please try it.
I love it.
We'll go
Mm.
back.
It sounds delicious. And with Italian creamer. So I've never tried it with Italian
No.
creamer. Yeah, now I
Mm.
gotta try it. So
Yeah.
I have mushroom coffee too in my Ladies Are Limitless mug.
Oh, I
So
love it.
needed that cup of encouragement this morning. So it's like, you know what? We are limitless. We can do whatever we put our mind to, whatever obstacle gets in front of us, we will jump right over that.
Amen. Hmm.
Awesome. So for those that are watching, share with us what you're drinking this morning, if you're drinking anything. And we love to learn what people are drinking, because sometimes there's some really creative coffees out there, or things that people are drinking. So thank you for sharing, ladies. So Elizabeth, you mentioned that you like to empower women through makeup, correct?
Mm.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So I was recently, a few years back, when I joined your program, just kind of lost, going through that midlife crisis where it's like, what's my purpose in life? Like I was um I didn't know who I was actually. I got lost being a mom, being a
Mm.
wife,
Mm.
being a corporate employee, that
Mm.
I didn't know what made me happy, you
Mm.
know,
Oh.
because I always left myself last. And so makeup, like going through my memories, is something that we have for us, that we don't,
Mm.
like it's not for my husband. It's something that makes me happy, something
Mm.
that brings me confidence. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to, just gather different makeup, specifically targeting the Latina audience. So I started gathering palettes and different makeup, with the Spanish names, or something that was familiar to us, like the Selena palette, or a Bella or Frida. And so every time I would go to a vendor event, I would see just the women light up just by looking at the stuff, right? Not even because they're buying or putting it up, but just to see it. And I'm like, this is something that I want to bring a smile to everyone, um,
Mm.
and remind them that it's okay.
Mm.
It's okay to be you. It's okay to like makeup, and it's not about hiding who you are, or like um, anything of that sort, but it's something just to bring you a little confidence, right? If you put a little mascara, a little gloss, you're ready to take on the world. So I thought, why not bring it to women out here?
Mm.
And what
Oh.
I found was that not only did it help me in my journey of self care, right? And finding myself again, but it also inspired my little girls to be
Mm.
business women. Like, I have my 8 or 9 year old here, like, what should my business be? Like, what should I open? So it's just wonderful to see that. And that's the reason why I've kept it alive.
Mm.
Oh.
I love you know what hit me with that comment right there was we get lost as
Mm.
women. We become employees,
Yeah.
we become wives, we become moms, but then the identity of who you are gets lost in that jumble, right? I could
Mhm.
totally, I'm sure Kim could relate
Oh
with
God,
that,
yes.
right?
Mhm.
But your life becomes your employer's life,
Yeah.
right? And everything you do becomes for your employer. So by the when you figured out your purpose, which is hard, like finding your purpose is not an easy thing. People think that that's an easy thing. It's not. That takes a lot of self-development, a lot of awareness, a lot of effort, a lot of digging in, right?
Yes.
Especially right now while I'm in transition, it's almost like I know the purpose. No one's going to tell me what the purpose is. But even when you are so long behind something else, right? You forget. You tend to forget a little bit about who you are, you know?
Mhm.
So I love the fact that you're bringing that to the forefront, and I don't know what Kim feels about it, but like I know I've been lost. I've gotten lost and forgot who I was. Right now, it's like, woman, the f up, you know.
I mean, it was bad. It was bad, and I'm sorry to cut you, Kim, but
Oh no.
I remember being in your cohort, and I love the questions that you present. That can seem so simple, and you would think that is very easy to answer. Like, what makes you happy? I
Hmm.
was really sitting there pondering, like, what
Ooh.
makes me, not what makes my kids happy, not what makes my husband or my family or my employer, but what makes me happy,
Mhm.
right? What
Mhm.
am I good at? Because all this time we've well, I was doing stuff, just for everybody else and putting myself last.
Mm.
And so I'm finding that after COVID, like I I see a lot of women where I was,
Mm.
you
Mm.
know,
Mm.
and for me, having my little spot of makeup, going to these vendor events, it's an opportunity to share my story um, with women that may need to hear, you know, um, the changes that I've made and how they can get out of that rut that they're currently in. So,
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
amazing. Kim, did you? I know you were gonna say
Oh,
something.
I'm so enthralled in the conversation. There's quite a few things, but just to piggyback on what, let me stay focused for a second with the with losing yourself. Absolutely, I can totally agree with that. As you, I was the original cohort of Jennifer's. I was the first cohort, and I remember, as you said, Elizabeth, the questions and how I had to think about what makes me happy, because I really was into my business and my children, and it was my children have always been first once I became a mother, and then my business. And I think that ultimately had a lot to do with me losing my marriage, right? Because everything else
Oh.
was pulling me, and you just can't be superwoman. And I thought I was, right? And you're not. I'm not. And I love that you really took action on it. You took the cohort, you took what you learned, and you took action. And I'll just say this too: our purpose could be the same, but the journey changes.
Mm.
You see what I
Mm.
mean? Like you can
Mm.
have, your purpose, and then you think you're going towards your purpose, and God will close a door, or whatever you believe in. Like I say God, but God closes a door, and you think, was I doing the wrong thing? No, it's because you need to shift. Your purpose is the same, but you got to shift the journey, because you've got
Mm.
maybe other people to speak to, or other things to do, right? And the
Mm.
second thing I would say that I love, that stuck out to me, what stuck out to me first is when you said that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I interpreted it, that when Latina women walk up to your booth and they see Frida or they see Selena, they see themselves in beauty.
Mm.
Now, you know me, I love diversity, and I think that women need to, it's very, very imperative that when women walk in a room, they can see themselves somewhere in that room so that they feel
Yeah.
beautiful too, because beauty is subjective, and beauty and culture has, been a hierarchy. So I love that you said, I love when women walk to my booth, they light up because they see them in the beauty.
Ooh.
So kudos to you of spreading the love of beauty and loving yourself, self-love, which is essentially a big part of what Jennifer is, of her purpose for the community, is to, you know, embrace yourself, embrace your
Mm,
beauty, embrace your body, embrace your purpose. So you're
mm.
doing all of those things. I'm so proud of you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Yeah, that is amazing. And I love, and for those that are watching, I see 10 of y'all watching. Chime in, like, feel free to comment, like it's all right. Um, but you know what I do like about that aspect now that I think about it is like you're purchasing also supporting minority business owners, right? Because if you are purchasing
Yes.
products that are Latina based, right? Because you're right, Kim, I did not even think about that. Like, and
Yes.
that's one of the things that I truly believe in is, hey, support the women that you fellowship with, that you have community with, right?
Right. Right.
So I am always going to promote the women that are in my community first before I promote somebody outside of my community, right? That's just how
Mhm.
it goes. So the fact that and of course I'm about my Latinas and my minority women, right? And if Elizabeth, you're purchasing from Latina owned businesses, you're doing the same thing, right?
Mhm.
you're
Mhm.
you're
Mhm.
you're spreading this platform, and you're right, like makeup does make a difference, just a
That's
little bit of
right.
mascara.
Yep.
Men love it, and who are the ones that create makeup? Predominantly in corporate, in the
Mhm.
hierarchy, like you said, is men that create the makeup for women.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the
I mean,
lingerie.
hello, hello.
No
So
wonder.
No
if we
wonder,
have
right?
if men are dominating creating the makeup, men are making the lingerie, men usually are the predominant ones that make the fashion for women,
Mhm. Right, right. So
right?
there's so many, I agree with you. And small business is the key to success, believe it or not. And it's been dwindling since, 2020 brought a lot of eye-opening things. Women are just coming out of the woodworks and really taking on the world, so to speak. But at the same time, we, as Jennifer said, we have to promote small business. I have a small business, in order to thrive, we have to support one another. And I just love that you light up just when women just see themselves and they light up, because that shows that's your heart. It's like, I want to make sure that other women feel beautiful. And my mom used to tell me, when you have the worst day, look your best.
Ooh.
When you're having a bad day, like you wake up, because normally when you have a bad day, I mean, ladies, what do you think? Like, you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't even want to comb my hair, I don't even want to get out of bed, right? And my mom would say to me, that's the day, Kim, you look your best. You put on
Mm,
you fix your hair, you put on your lipstick. My mom she wasn't a big makeup person, but she loved her lipstick. You put on your lipstick, you put on your best outfit, and you walk with your head up. And she said that will lift you until you need to go where you need to go.
That is great
mm,
advice because I don't know if you guys have done that, but I mean, just doing your hair
Just doing your
or
hair.
just, putting a little
Mhm.
mascara or a little lip gloss, like I
mm,
said, it definitely does something. It's not the numbers show it, like the surveys out there
Mhm.
that they've done with women. And you know what, 2 years ago, I may not have been able to sit here with you guys and elaborate my
Aw.
thoughts when I went to Jennifer. She has no idea what has happened after
Aw.
her program that really helped me. Like I said, I was at a point in my life where I didn't know my purpose. I was in search of even a church. So when I went to your cohort, I was able to connect with like-minded, inspirational women. I found a church that I'm I recently got baptized, like
Oh,
last year.
yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
I'm planning to go back to the worship team. Something that I've always had like choir in my life, but I don't consider myself a solo. So I've been sleeping on it, but I'm like, God, if you want me, in the worship team, make it happen. And so um, that's in the works. But it's just after I mean, continued self care routine, was invited as a keynote speaker for an organization in Texas, gave a presentation on how to get the story, because we all have a story. So I presented to women on how to start writing, right? Um, also became the contributing author with Martha, which was excellent. Created my own makeup brand finally. So
Oh,
I got my little
wow.
this. Um, but even at work, it's amazing once you start investing in yourself. Put God first, or whatever
Mhm.
your beliefs are. But people start seeing a change. And it's funny how that works, because all these years I was just trying to just be the best at my job, get noticed. And it was when I stopped trying to do that and just
Mm.
started working on
Mm.
myself, that people started noticing me. Like,
Ooh.
what is different? I notice, a glow in you.
Mm.
What's going on? And it was just me working on me,
Ooh.
right?
I love that. Oh, can I just say something really quick? I'm so
Yeah.
Go
excited about
for
that.
it.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm an employer. I pride myself on being not your typical employer, but I think that's because I'm pretty sure it's because it's a small business. But let me just say this, because we get knocked down like I'm working for an employee, I'm just an employee, the employee don't care about me. But I'll tell you one thing. What you just said is so, so important, because I have 10 ladies that work for me, and I notice them.
Mm.
And you're absolutely right. That there's one, because there's a woman in my organization right now. She's doing stuff. She's changing. And it's attractive, because I'm
Mm.
like, blank, blank. What are you doing lately? And she's
Mhm.
Mm.
like, I'm just, Kim, we did vision boards in December.
Mm.
And
Mm.
she's like, that vision board lit me up. Right.
Mm.
And you're right. It's that attraction of, and I feel good having her on my team, because she's become more positive. She's thriving to, she came to me and said, I'd like to deep dive into real estate. I was like, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I can totally, that could just brought her in my mind right now, watching you. Like, you stopped trying to be noticed. You just
Yeah.
focused on yourself, and look at that energy. The energy will bring to you, right?
Mm.
It'll draw what you need, because you are focusing on you in a
Mm.
positive way. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
That's so crucial, Elizabeth. That is and you are glowing, by the way, girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
thank
is glowing.
you.
She is glowing.
Yes, right, Jennifer? She is glowing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. She's
Thank you.
glowing. I
And
mean,
I continuously been put outside of my comfort zone, Jennifer. That keynote speaker thing, I was freaking out. I'm like, what?
I'm freaking out about the makeup. When are you going to share that with us?
that's cool.
But it's, you know what, because I started with lip gloss, because so every time somebody would come to my booth, it was so unique. They thought that it was my brand. So they kept asking, is this your brand? Is this your brand? And I'm like, no, but maybe I should, like start my own
Mm.
brand. And
Mm.
so I started with lip gloss, and it's been a hit. So now I'm looking and working with my daughter, since she's the one that's always wearing lashes. So
Mm,
maybe I'll do like the lashes next, and we'll see
mm.
where it goes from
Oh,
there.
Oh,
But
that lash world is a whole nother
it
ball
is a
game, man.
monster. It's a monster.
These young girls, I'd be like, bro,
yeah,
you
it's
know,
something that I've carried, with other names, but I always sell out of those.
yeah.
Always sell out of those.
Yeah, I,
Wow.
my daughter's trying to get eyelashes every week. Every week. I'm like, bro, didn't I just buy you some last week? Wash
They
them.
are
Like isn't
crazy.
it supposed to be
They're
like fur or
crazy.
something? Wash it, right?
I
And
need a
she like
class on how to put them on. That's all.
she
My daughter has to put them on for me when I do wear them, but can we get a class to teach the older us how to wear them? I mean, they're beautiful, but
that's the old right. We're older, right? So my daughter sits there and she'll put them on me. I'm like, Mom, no, you gotta put the glue like this. And I'm like, okay, just do them for me, right? So now I kind of know, but I'm like,
okay.
I'm not wearing these every day. Like this is a
That's a
special
job,
occasion
right?
thing. Yeah, this is a special occasion type of thing, right? Uh, but I love everything that Elizabeth that you're speaking. I love the fact that even one thing that came to my mind as you were talking was like, so I used to be the Avon lady when I was like in college, right? I used to sell Avon. That's how I got introduced to like, that's really the inspiration for helping women for me, because
Mm,
I had a store, like a little kiosk at the buyer's market on Division Street, right? And, we could call it whatever, the flea market or whatever you guys want, the bodega, whatever you want to call it, right? So I had my kiosk, I was paying my rent, and I had my makeup, and even though it was all Avon product, right? Women would come to me and I would let them put it on and, play with the makeup on them. I remember of course, I was 21, 22, like any 21, 22, 23-year old. They
oh,
love makeup. They're putting makeup on, right? You're all into it. I was going at college. I was still in college at that time. But women would just like open to me and like talk about to me. And here again, I'm a 21, 22, 23-year old sitting here like, what? Like, why are you guys opening up to me and talking about these problems, these serious problems to me, right? Um, and that's where the whole kind of like supporting women, encouraging women, pouring into women kind of came about, because it was a conversation through makeup. It
mm-hmm.
just started with makeup, and women were just trying to find an outlet. Like, where can I like talk and feel pretty, and make
Yeah.
myself feel good, right? And that just amazes me how like I've always learned like makeup, you're a palette, you're not a palette, you're a canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then makeup's supposed to just highlight pieces of you, to stand out, your best features, right? So if you got
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
big eyes, focus on your eyes. If you got nice lips, focus in on your lips, right? You got high cheekbones, focus on that. I mean, and there is something very like feminine, very the energy shifts when you're really focusing in on that look, that looking pretty, that
Yeah.
even when you walk in a room, you shift the energy in a room. At least I know when I feel all, decked out and my hair's done and I look good and I walk in a room, like I'm changing that energy,
Mm-hmm.
and that energy is gonna be towards me, so but that's what makeup does, and I love it. So I kudos to you, Elizabeth, because you're providing that for women, providing confidence, providing almost, I want to say, just empowerment, right? That's
Yeah.
exactly what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that was my keynote speaker title. It was from powerless to empowered.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
Yes.
And
Mm.
so I spoke a little bit about my journey, and it was impactful.
mm.
I have to often stop myself and just give it to God. I'm like, God, I'm not I'm not doing it myself, because there's no way I can get up, and be a keynote speaker, but this is all you. This is all you. So
Yeah.
um what you've provided, Jennifer, through your cohort is also the community, the connections is invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I mean, the people that I've connected in your, and I continue to connect in your events. I mean, I recently did the retreat. It was my first time doing the retreat.
Yeah.
I loved it. Connected with beautiful women as well. And I'm looking forward to the next.
Oh yeah, you're gonna definitely like people are addicted to my retreats. Like
Yes, they're
you
amazing.
once you go to one, you're not gonna stop. Like I'm just saying this right now, right? Like the retreat is one of the most effortless events that I have to put together because the moment I just put it up there, it's like boom, like we're full, So I'm and it's taken a while though. I'm not trying to say like we're on our eighth. It would be our eighth one this year. I feel like because we started
Wow.
so we're already at 8 retreats. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not trying to, yeah, I'm tooting my own horn. Like I know that women get a lot of value from those retreats. But I think, and maybe you could share a little bit, Elizabeth, because a lot of people know me, especially my newer friends and my newer community have been around. They know me as real estate Jennifer, the investor, right? A lot of people don't know that I've been empowering women since 2018, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, can you just share a little about what the program has done for you, taking the coaching program, being part of the community? How's that directly affected you?
Like I said, I everything that I've done thus far happened after your cohort. So you get from time management to learning boundaries to
Oof.
improving your health. Whatever your goal is, you as long as you're putting in the work, I guarantee you will get a
Mm-hmm.
result, right? The thing is that she provides the accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I didn't realize how we all need help with something,
Mm,
right? And
Yeah.
I just thought that everybody had it together, but just because I'm good with time management, the next person may not, and but she may have, her fitness
for
going
sure.
on, so we can help one another. So the fact that we have that accountability, and that you get to see the other ladies, reaching their goals, and well, if she did this, I can do it as well. So that healthy, inspiration there. And I went in there with the goal. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know why I said I wanted to write a book at the beginning of the cohort, and I had done nothing. I had taken no action, right? And it literally was about to end. And Martha just had this idea, like, of writing a book, and fear was going to stop me, right? Because
Mm,
we always have excuses for not to do something. And then I had to tell myself, like, you said you wanted to write a book. So the opportunity presented itself, and I was about to let it go.
mm,
So
Ooh.
I took it. And I'm glad I did, right? Then my daughter got inspired. She has her own book as well. So it's just been amazing journey. Like I said, something that um, has definitely, I keep pushing myself. It got my values on check, right? My priorities, um, my
Mm-hmm.
purpose. I found my faith, right? I found
mm,
my church.
mm,
Um, the community that I have access to, right, um, is invaluable. You
mm,
can't put a price on that.
mm,
And
mm,
that was one of the things that we always say, well, I don't know, can I afford it? Yes, you're worth it. You
mm,
can afford it. And I remember Jennifer had said, like, God will find a way,
mm,
and
Mm-hmm.
he truly will. You
mm,
just have to believe. You have to walk in faith. Go,
mm,
you deserve it. If you have a chance to be in one of her cohorts, definitely take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you got to be ready to put the work if you want to see some
Yeah.
results.
Right.
Oh,
You can't expect, you know, no matter how many programs you go to, if you're not ready to put in the work, you
mm.
won't see any changes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I guess, and it's scary, right? It's scary to know that you can change, right? It's easier to stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes you got to get that, that kick in the butt and, just be thrown off a cliff and, hey, figure it out, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of sometimes situations happen like that, and you're like,
Right.
okay, now I know I gotta move on this goal. But
Uh-huh.
um, I know that I've been honored to work with Elizabeth. I've been honored to work with Kim and a lot of the lovely ladies that are watching the show this morning, where it's like, it takes effort. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mm. Amen.
You have to see there's something wrong. I'm doing something and it's not giving me the results that I want. I don't feel happy. I don't feel content. I don't feel like I figured out my purpose. And one of the lovely things I love about watching women after taking the program, or I work with them, like all of a sudden they're like on another level. They're doing a whole nother thing. And be like, where you at? Like don't forget about me. Like, but
Right.
but
Right.
they're all achieving other things. They're confident to pursue other things. They're confident to do other things, and that's amazing for me. That's just a blessing for me to watch. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing.
No, thank you. Like I said, like oftentimes I feel that we are the ones that are overachieving, like in terms of our friendships, but being able to be in your community and just seeing so many wonderful ladies just doing all these wonderful things, it's inspiring. And
Oh,
you're like,
yes.
you know, if she can
Yes.
do it, I can do it, you
Yeah,
know?
Right.
yeah,
Changing, I'll just say this, changing. I have friends, I have a beautiful friendship. Like you have what I call circles of people. So I have my soul family. God puts us in a family and then we choose our own, right? So
mm,
my first circle is my soul sisters, right? But
mm-hmm,
outside of those four ladies, what's changed my life, in addition to a program like Jennifer's, what it taught me is to surround yourself with people that dream like you dream, that want to go where you want to go, who inspire you. It's not
mm,
the same thing. Like I'll just give you an example. Like yesterday, I went to I was supposed to go to the tea, and since that happened, I went to somewhere else and just had like a brunch with some ladies from another group. There was the four of us, and the discussions are different. It's
mm,
not gossipy. It's not, oh,
mm,
girl, what you doing? Like, oh, who are you dating? Or, no, it's like, what's going on in the world? Where are you in your business? Do you need anything from me? How can I help you? Well, where are you now in your life? And if you don't, one of the ladies has she's an employee, so it was what her shift is. So what I've learned in the last 10 years is those conversations change. You
mm,
walk away from those conversations uplifted instead of feeling stagnant, or
mm,
feeling like you just learn. You're not learning. I'm saying gossip, but I'm not trying to. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but it's just a different energy of how you walk away from things. Like when I was younger, I wish I would have had those kind of um, relationships, so I bring that now with my sisters. So when we sit down, I bring when you learn, you bring it to your soul sisters, you bring it to your family, because you want to be the change, you want to be that uplifting person. And so you limit the gossip, or limit the what you're saying about somebody else, and bring, what can we do to advance, what can I do to help you, how can I
mm,
encourage you, how can I share a resource with you. It's
mm,
a
mm.
different conversation, and I think that's
Totally.
part of what makes you glow, you know
Totally, totally.
Mhm.
Definitely a different conversation.
Different
Definitely,
conversations.
definitely you attract those women in the, one of the things that I've been blessed and fortunate is attracting the right women. And creating a circle of women, a community of women, that's hard.
That
You
is hard.
know, I don't
Yes.
know why I got a butter knife in my hand. I'm sitting here like flinging a butter knife. Like, that's hard,
I
guys.
was like, whoa.
But not easy, because in the sense that women are very territorial. Women
Mhm.
can be very competitive. There's also that lack of scarcity, that poverty mindset. So when
Yes.
there's women that have that mindset, the scarcity mindset, the poverty mindset, the this mindset of I'm not good enough, so I need to
Yes.
overachieve, that's one that gets dangerous and cutthroaty and choppy and let me make you look bad so that I could look better. Let
Right.
me talk negatively about this woman over here and tear her down so that I can look better. And actually that is one, you look worse, but the
Hmm.
fact that you're so blinded by it, you don't realize how bad you look when you treat women like that. So creating a community of women that really want to support and encourage one another starts with the leadership first and foremost.
Amen.
And the leader has to want to see other women succeed, because I know if this sister looks good, if this woman looks good, I'm gonna look good at the end of the day.
Right.
And
Right.
how many times when I was going through my difficult situation of the divorce that I was kind of MIA. I was just kind of working in the real estate realm, just learning, put my head down. And how many times you ladies, women in my community, were uplifting me, talking good about me, showing up for me, because that just proved to me how much I poured into other women, and then when
Right.
I needed it, they returned it right back.
Right. Mm.
And that's the biggest indicator of the type of person that you are. So I'm sharing this because I know that I really want a community of women that want to support one another, that want to encourage one another, that don't want to compete or be cutthroat with one another. It's not necessary. It's not. It really isn't.
And
And
you
I,
know
I
that
have
your
not
pro.
seen that.
Mm,
I'm sorry, I
mm.
have not seen that in your community, and that's
Mhm.
one of the things that makes it different.
And that's
Yeah.
a societal change. Unfortunately, women. You remember we were talking when we started. We were talking about makeup and beauty and body image, right? Society has taught certain women, and I'll speak for minority women, that you have to work harder. You have to have a certain look to you to be beautiful. Curves, your hair color, if it's straight or curly. That's why I did that curly hair event, right? Um, we're looking at something that's not attainable. It's straight across. There's no kaleidoscope of beauty in that realm. So we're taught to, I want to look better than her. We're taught I'm smarter than her. We're taught to be cutthroat to one another. We have to change that systematic mindset so that we learn that we're more powerful together than we are apart. And it
Yeah.
shows every time when you see a woman like myself. I'll start with myself because I went through the program. Look at Elizabeth. If you look at any lady who's connected to to the program and to a community that uplifts, that supports. In the beginning, that's even scary because most of us don't even believe it. We're like,
Oh,
uh-uh, she's not
Yeah,
yeah.
really
that
that
was me.
nice,
I'm like,
right?
I don't know about Jennifer.
Like,
She.
okay, when's she gonna show her true colors, right?
I
Because
I
we're
went to two workshops that she had. Then I'm like, okay.
see, I'm saying this from experience, girls. Ladies, I walk in somewhere and someone's really nice, but then I've had it happen to me. Where I've heard from
Mm,
somebody else that somebody says, "Is Kim really that nice? Is she?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here, I want to help you. I really do." So we even question, we really question when something is good because we got to be proven to that you really are trying to help me. That's how ingrained we are with this toxicity. So
wow.
it is ingrained in us and it is systematically ingrained in us. So kudos to both of you and kudos to myself because the three of us, what we have in common, we want change. Beauty is
Mm,
women are a kaleidoscope of beauty, right? We are a
mm,
Yes.
kaleidoscope of intelligence. We are a
mm,
kaleidoscope of power.
mm,
Whether it's
mm,
power of love, if power of achieving whatever your goals are,
mm,
if we start to come together and realize, no matter if you're Latina, Chinese, Black, whatever you are, at the end of the day, we all have the same common goals.
mm.
And once we start to understand that and come together with that and be like more unified and not worry about, oh, where'd she get those shoes? Why she thinks she's better? Oh, No, no, no. Like Jennifer said, you know what? Come in. We welcome you.
Mm,
Share. What do you need? How can we help you? Because just like Elizabeth said, I might be great at one thing, but I need help in something else. No one is we're not in a perfect world, nor should we be, because
mm,
perfection does not lead to success.
mm, mm,
Okay? We
Preach.
got we gotta be imperfect in this
Mm.
journey called life to learn.
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny because I had a new lady show up to Mastermind last month. She just became a member of the
Oh,
community.
I can't wait for mastermind then.
Her name's Scotty. And she came and she was like, well, I don't really know anybody, like she was a little hesitant. I was like, oh, we'll embrace you. Don't worry about that. Like, we ain't that
Mm-hmm.
type of group, right? And she shows up and she was just kind of like very observant and I could see her and she's like, are they for real right now? you know? And I'm just like, in my head, I'm sitting there like, it is, now that I think about it, like, you're right. So many women come and be like, are they for real? Are they
They're not
legit?
right.
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
we're built on the defense. We've been programmed to be defensive, competitive, toxic. And the
Mm,
more we chip at ourselves and realize that's not going to get us anywhere, we've got to
absolutely.
come together. And then when we start to feel that camaraderie, when we start to feel that love, that authenticity of one another, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah. Let me show these comments because I know women are chit-chatting over here. Someone said about to drink my pre-workout. Good for you.
Ooh.
I use makeup every day for sure. I try to use makeup every day too. Driving and nodding. Love your mom's advice, Kimberly Montesinos from Esme. Esme also said, yeah, she put Esme. Uh, Valerie said, buenas. Great to see you, ladies. Good morning, Valerie. We have another member of our community, Jennifer. Good morning, ladies. Jeanette, another beautiful woman in our community who got the detox. She got the detox drinks, Buenos dias. Angel said, amen. Elizabeth is the best, Jeanette said.
Aw.
Ah.
Jennifer said, amen. We have Angel putting dance emojis. Valerie said, there is always so much more to learn. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is
Amen.
very
Yes.
true.
Wow.
That is very true. I love that. Ladies, you are all inspiring. You are inspiring too,
I
Facebook
know.
user. I'm sure you're in the Unshakable group. Jeanette said, yes, 100% Kim. Then we have Valerie. LOL. Women can be a bit challenging, Jennifer. I totally agree. She put a bit. You're being real nice.
Just a little bit.
Women are just and another thing's like women are just a ball of energy.
Mhm.
We're all over the place. And if we have unhealed traumas, we're even all over the place, even worse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And something I've learned within the last year and a half, it's like, dang, Jennifer, you're like a hot mess, like in the sense of like, right, the how you engage the energy, right, the way that you can, and I had to be put to check a couple of times because like, oh no, this is not right, you shouldn't act like this, your trauma's coming out, right? And I've
Mm.
learned, so women, we can be a lot, we can overall, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's a bad thing, it's a good thing, but we need to know how to like, let's get that energy, let's streamline it, let's get it to focus, let's go shoot for our
Mm.
goals, right? Because if
Mm.
we don't understand like, oh my god, I'm so frustrated, oh my god, I can't get this right, oh my god, like this
Mm.
person doesn't treat me right, and this is unfair and this is unjust, and you're just kind of all over the place with real no focus, right? You're gonna be a hot mess. But that's where you take that energy and really streamline it and say, okay, this is what I really need to focus on, and understand that it's okay to be like that. Just gotta know when to turn it on, turn it off, and
Mhm.
when to maneuver, and when it's gonna benefit you as a superpower and when it's gonna
Mhm.
hinder you, right?
Amen.
um
Mm.
so we have Angel said, amen, we reap what we sow. um oh my god, that's true, so true, Kim, laughing my ass off. I got such a great vibe from her. She's going to fit right in. Oh, Angel's talking about Gotti. And Liza said, good morning. So great comments, and I just think this is amazing. I really appreciate Elizabeth being on here, and Kim, you also being on here every morning with me. It's always a lot of fun. So for those that are curious, like, okay, Jennifer, what the heck is all this about that you're talking about, right? We do have that coaching program starting on Sunday. If you are interested, it's a 12-week course. All the ladies, a lot of the ladies in this community have taken it that are watching. A lot of the women, Kim, Elizabeth, taken it. This is a 12-week, 3-month intensive, I would say, a little intense, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for 8 weeks. And then there is homework. Now, I'm not giving you homework assignments like, go read chapter 5 and, regurgitate this information. Like, it's not those type of assignments. It's more of like journal prompts, figuring out what you want, what makes you happy, right? What
Mm.
makes me tick and who am I, right? This is a journey we're all learning who
Mm.
we are, and we're constantly evolving. It's never a one stop thing, because a lot of the ladies in my community retake the program and then relearn something completely different about themselves when they take it another time around. So we teach you time management, boundaries. We have you make a, we have you figuring out your standards, your values, how to do confrontation
Mm.
a healthy way. People don't know how to confront. People don't know how to have
Oh, no.
healthy confrontation. They don't know how to have healthy debates, right? And
Nope.
they think that, and then they take everything very personally, right? So understanding how to argue correctly is a benefit. Like, people were scared of confrontation. Oh my God, I don't want to confront nobody. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, just, deal with the situation, nip it in the bud, find a solution, move forward. But some people get so stuck with that they don't know, because they've been taught how to deal with conflict in an unhealthy manner.
Yeah.
You think of toxicness, explosiveness, argument, whatever you grew up with, you're thinking like that's confrontation. No, confrontation could be something as simple as like, we have a disagreement. You want pizza, I want a burger.
Right. Absolutely.
How are we going to solve this issue right here?
Right. There's
Right? So
always a solution.
there's always a solution, and how to be assertive, right? And that's
Yeah.
one of the things that is difficult also. In a nice way. We don't got to be the B word. We don't got to be this certain person to be assertive. People think, well, I got to be assertive. I got to be cutthroat and I got to like tell them off. And nah, that's too much, man. We don't got time for that,
Right.
And
Right.
you could burn bridges like that. So that program's coming up, ladies. It's February 25th. If you want more information, reach out to me. There's payment plans available, and you will build yourself up and build women around you. You'll be around a lot of amazing women as well. And then finally, we have a mastermind coming up. Members, you guys come for free. For those that want to check out the mastermind, it's March 2nd at Upturn Properties in Berwyn, Illinois. I'll put the link in the comment section, but that's also a lot of fun. 2 hours. We gather together from 9 to 11, and we just work on our goals. So let's say you want to just accountability. You got some goals you need to get done. You need some brainstorm, some ideas. Mastermind is where it's at, you guys. So reach out to me if you want a mastermind. That's March 2nd as well. So yeah, that is it, ladies. Again, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Kim, you got any final words?
Thank you
I
so
just
much.
wanted to say thank you, Elizabeth. I'm so glad you came on the show this morning so we can get to know a little bit more about you. Congratulations on your makeup line. I can't wait to try it. And, blessings to you. I'm so proud of you. And thank you to all the participants that joined today. I love all the comments and I just love the community. So thank you, Jennifer.
Thank
Most of
you.
all, thank you for Coffee Chat. Thank you that we have this platform. I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think it's time to do another one at an actual coffee shop, right? But
Yeah.
we should start working on that. But
Okay.
that'll be soon. So thank you so much, Kim,
Thank
Elizabeth.
you.
You're a blessing. Thank you so much for being on the show, and everyone else watching. God bless you. You guys have an amazing rest of your week.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Don't sleep
Bye.
on it. You deserve it. Check out the coaching program.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye.